So cool, guys. Welcome to, I can't believe it's freaking crazy, dude. Like summer's almost here. I feel like Christmas was just here. I just turned 40. Now we're in the March, pretty much. Month
You're
is
old.
gone. Um, Rob, we're getting old, dude. I'm just telling you right now. It's gonna happen.
Getting ha, he just had a
Listen,
birthday. He just had a birthday too. So he's
I know.
57. I know that's why you're saying that.
Yep. So here's the fun stuff. We had a great conversation earlier and I was driving on the highway. I'm just going to be real unplugged with you guys. I was driving on the highway. I was listening in and I couldn't keep my mouth shut. And so basically we were on the call for the FIBCs. We do a call every Monday. In fact, Michelle invited us on to her team call because there's only a few of us on my team working that right now. Hopefully we can get a few more of you guys. Don and Roy, I know you guys are working on being FIBC. Bev, I know you are as well. But one of the biggest topics, and this is true for everybody, is we celebrate, and I even kind of cut Josh off in his explanation of what we're missing. And, you know, he was really celebrating a couple coaches like, oh my God, you know, Corey and I can't always never pronounce her name correctly. Adriana Kidd. They brought on 9 clients, you know, and Erica O brought on 19 clients in this last month, right? And my biggest struggle for us, if we all want this to be a very successful and stable business, is that's what we should not be celebrating. And I'm just going to try to flat out tell you guys, because we constantly, and going by your profiles, I've been Facebook stalking some of you guys, Dawn, that's kind of why you got your message. But we have a big struggle or a disconnect somewhere with sharing what business and Optavia as a whole has done for us. We're amazing and excited about client success. And yes, clients, our big funnel of clients do become coaches. That's our forefront. But I'll tell you something, there was a different breed when we first started this with all the way back to Kim Fisk. It was always a high frontline volume, and then you started bringing on coaches. And unfortunately, 9 years later, our trend in our business downward, for some reason, that's all we kind of tend to remember. And I just want us to understand, when we're sharing stuff on social media, we really have to get good with verbalizing what coaching has done for us, as magical and as beautiful as you guys do with being a client. We do an amazing job of our weight. We get in outfits, we dress up, we show different pictures of ourselves, of successes and things like that. We're off get medications, feeling great, sleeping better, no stress, mind clarity, all that stuff. But then when it comes to the business side of it, which is where we're trying to attract people for longevity, for stability for ourselves, and not only that, to integrate a client in, they're not going to sit there and watch you weight loss them to death and then say, by the way, you should coach with me, when they can't even pay their own bills. Hey, I'm down 180 pounds. And this isn't, please don't hear me picking on anybody, but I'm down 180 pounds. I'm off of 2 medications. And oh my God, girl, if you do this, you should coach. You can make some money. What does 180 pounds have anything to do with them making money? That's how they read it. Real talk. And then when they go to your social media and they see that, there's literally, I've gone through 25, maybe 30 profiles today. My brain is kind of fried, but off and on all day today, I've been checking different profiles in between calls. And there's vaguely anything about coaching. There's positivity, there's weight loss, there's success stories, 100%. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we have to get better with diversifying. What has coaching done with us, as even if it's $200 a month? What does that allow? That's allowed me to put my kid through gymnastics once a week. That's allowed me to pay down a credit card debt. That's allowed me to save for my kids' college fund. Whatever, it doesn't have to be this knockdown, drag out thing. But one of the things that Jamil talks about when he says, hey, Justin brought on a lot of coaches when I was new, to where I was even overwhelmed with coaches, is I talked to them about what I was making, I quit my job, and where I was going, even if we don't have belief in that. And then the second downfall of this is a lot of us have a struggle with talking about money. Like it's a bad thing, because that's what corporate America has trained us to do. If you're a big CEO, if you're a flashy person, if you're running around gloating, that's not what we're about. And if those people want to think that's what we're about, they probably shouldn't be on our team to begin with. I mean, just be honest with you. So that's where you got to shift this around, guys. And we really got to get better at whatever it is. Like I know Jennifer was off with her sons this weekend. You know, if the $400 or $500 she's able to make with this business has allowed her to pay for a hotel room or allowed her to pay for gas money, you got to remember it doesn't have to be this astronomical. I made $20,000 last month, and this is this. People are struggling to just pay for gas right now. You saw me, I posted the other day and I started messaging all these people. Hey, what would you do with an additional $500 a month? Some people said savings. Some people, you know, Bitcoin's a big deal right now. Some people said pay down credit card debt. Some people said buy guns. Some people, you know, there's all different things. But the point is they all literally connected with something that they probably want that they can't have right now. That's the only thing I saw. It didn't matter what they were saying. It's something that they want and they can't have. And so all I'm saying for us is we get really good at these beautiful pictures. Beverly, I'm going to pick on you for a second. I love you. I'm going to pick on you. You're out on the boat the other day, girlfriend, right? And you were enjoying Sunday fun day. But you have to explain to people why you're able to do those things, right? Why you're able to have the freedom you're able to have. Like normally, example, if you don't mind me using this for a second, I know you probably don't mind this. Maybe you do. I'm doing it anyways. I love you. But the thing is like normally if you're a teacher, it's like, man, I can't believe 5 years ago on a Sunday, I would have to be grading papers and preparing for a Monday morning as a teacher. And instead I'm out on this beautiful boat, enjoying my day on a day date or out having fun with girlfriends or whatever that is. People, we all assume people think they know what we're doing. They have no clue. And we have to get better at that. I'm not saying you have to do it every single post, but until you get comfortable, probably do it every single post, because right now the fear factor is like, oh God, we got to be posting this stuff. And we're going to do it so far and few between, it's going to get washed out with everything else. Because people are watching us. When you're at different parties with girlfriends, it's like, yeah, dude, I've been coaching for 4 years now. I've been doing this full time. So you don't have a job? No, I do this full time. And then they go to your social media and they're kind of seeing weight loss, hanging out, weight loss, hanging out, right? You got to explain stuff. We have to do better at that. I had a coach that would always post during the week. Well, I'm posting Living Out Loud, right? But if you're going to Disneyland with your grandkids on a Tuesday, are you playing hooky? Is that your day off? Are you retired, right? And so these are things that we have to start getting better with. If we're going to build a team, if we're going to integrate clients in, if we're going to attract people. You know, I shared today on the Fitbit call, what do you call it? Josh and Michelle would be in a lot of trouble when this pandemic hit if they hadn't have found coaching. And if I hadn't have tried to hunt them down, if I hadn't have tried to share them the dream, if I hadn't have tried to tell them to go to convention 8 days after they bought their kit, literally 8 days. I said, you guys get there. I will even pay for your registration. I told them never to say that, but dude, it's been 5-6 years now. I paid for the registration for them to go. I think it was like $650. I even asked Jamil, what do you think? He's like, if you have a weird feeling, sponsor them. If that's what you feel is in your heart, sponsor them. And I said, you know what? They found a babysitter. They last minute, they paid $780 for airfare. I even told them I would reimburse it. But that's the vision I'm sharing with these guys. That's the stuff we got to think about. But I could never imagine where they'd be. They'd be in massive credit card debt. Josh's business went under a few years after coaching. And Michelle's, I watched House of Wings and Laverne struggle because of COVID. So I could just imagine where their credit card debt would be. But because I'm sitting there sharing with them the vision, what's able to be happening, we have to do that on our social media. If we want to help a lot of people. I'm not trying to shit on you guys, but there's so many beautiful pictures you guys post, and it kind of just washes away with like it's a day-to-day, right? And so that's why, you know, I'm not trying to pick on you, Bev, but that's a great opportunity. That's a beautiful boat. That's a beautiful experience. Those are great times to do things. You know, Roy and Don, when you guys are out and about, find things that make sense. It can be small stuff. Same with everybody else on here. It's got to be where you're verbalizing it, because we assume because we post a bunch of pictures, everybody, as we're adding a lot of friends that we don't know, everybody knows what we do. Everybody knows what their experience is. I talked to this lady, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. She's going to sign up to, actually, she's not going to sign up. She's signing up today. I already got her information, but I let her know she's talking about moving to Texas, right? She's talking about not wanting to be at her job anymore. She's in law enforcement. She does dispatch. She's like, it's very sad. In fact, today they lost another deputy got shot and killed at a traffic stop. So things you don't see on the news. She's like, you could see it in her eyes. She's tired. So I didn't just say, oh yeah, let's lose some weight. Let's get on this program. I said, hey girl, if you guys want to move to Texas, I can show you how. If you want to get healthy before summer, I can show you how. And I integrate her in right away. We have to be like it has to be oozing from our pores. But we have to do it in all areas. She's been watching all my posts. She's been watching what I do. And even me, I'm guilty. I don't verbalize it 100% all the time on all my posts, but we have to get in a better habit of sharing what this can do, what it has done for us, or we're gonna just continue to have people not understand what we're doing. So that was really my only big thing. And then going on to the second part of this whole thing is we got to get better at celebration calls. I'm going to keep trying to beat that into your guys' head. We got to get better with celebration calls. If you're a new coach, celebration calls teach you how to talk to people. If you're a seasoned coach, celebration calls help you bring on coaches. If you're a new coach, celebration calls help you bring on coaches. If you're a seasoned coach, you learn new things every time you do a celebration call. You learn different ways to verbalize this stuff. You learn different ways to talk to people. Coach Explorer calls. You always want to be constantly integrating these guys in. It's not just for your benefit, it's for their benefit too. A lot of people talk about, well, I have a lot of client turnaround. Okay, well, are we integrating them in? Do they know about the Monday night calls? Are we talking about the book? Have they met your mentor coach? Right? And these are all things we're going to learn. But guys, if I even told the lady today at the sheriff thing, she asked me, well, what makes your program so successful? And I said, well, which part? I said, the finances or the physical? I'm still dripping finances on her. I don't care if she just wants to do the weight loss part. She's going to be a coach. But the point is, though, is I told her, I said, just like if I went to your job right now and you were a dispatcher and you told your boss, yeah, I'm not going to answer the calls like that, what would she do? Or what would they do? Oh, they'd fire me. Well, the crappy part about being a client is I can't fire you as a client. But if you want to half-ass the program, you're going to get half-ass results, right? If you want to half-ass the business, you're going to get half-ass results. And I was just being open with her. You guys know me. I'm a little more blunt than usual, and some people don't like it, and I don't mean it by any bad means. But what I'm saying is like, if we want this thing to be successful, so many coaches, man, I really want this to work out because I want to be able to do this. Man, I really want this to work out because I really want to be able to do that. Kind of pretend like you'd get fired if you didn't do all the steps that your job kind of required you to do. I mean, it'd be kind of nice actually if Dr. A could fire you, because you probably would do a lot more. Not all you guys in a sense, but I'm just saying a lot of you guys do a lot of the stuff I'm talking about. One of the disconnects is the celebration calls, just going to be real, and the Coach Explorer calls, and not the coach or celebration calls when it's like, well, they'll let me know. If they're excited about it, get them on a Coach Explorer call. Say, hey, let's talk this week. What's a good day and time? You get everything out on the table. That way you can sit there instead of like, oh yeah, I talked to Susie. We'll get on a coach call. She's going to think about it. Think about what? Especially being a new coach, you probably didn't tell her everything she can probably think about, right? She's probably got all these concepts in her own head, just like we did. I mean, those are the action steps that we got to look at. So those are the two main things, guys. We got to get better. For March is a huge month, by the way. March pretty much sets up everything. It's probably bigger than January because now everybody's done their HGC shots and pills and fat burners and Weight Watchers and boot camps and booty bumpers and whatever else they got going on out there right now. That's crazy. I've heard the craziest crap over the last 60 days. But tonight, moving forward, is when everybody's going to say, okay, Kristen, okay, Don, okay, Alan, okay, Brittany, okay, Bev, what's this program you got? Because my crap's not working for me. And that's honest truth. It's honest truth. This whole next month. So we have to get clients integrated. Why? Because they will bring you more clients. Even if they're not going to be a coach, they can be a reference point, right? They're going to help you if you support them more. If they're interested in coaching, say, hey, let's get on a call right away. Don't just wait it out. But meantime, while all this is going on, not just Chasing Better as a group, but your social media, you got to be showing up. They're watching you like a TV. I mean, this is pretty dope. You know how much hundreds of thousands of dollars people spend? I'll give you an example. Jamil, I don't even remember how much he spent. I think it was like 25, 30 grand to have a camera come around and watch him for his book and record and edit and post and link everything together. And guess what? You got free 99 on multiple platforms. We don't even use it. I mean, we really do. So it's kind of crazy. Like, if you don't have to spend 30 G's, or what is it? They say it's like for 60 seconds on a commercial, it's like $10 million during a sports event. And we got all these social media platforms to just say, hey, you know what? I used to be broken. My mindset's a little struggling. I'm nervous to be on this call, but I want to, or on this post, but I want to do a Facebook Live and share with you what's coaching's done for me, what this business opportunity's done for me. I'm here today because I was introduced to this program on a mistake, but you know what? I'm excited to be here. I had a friend share this program with me, and I'm so grateful that I'm a coach now because it's allowed me to do this. You know what I mean? And that's important, and not just weight loss. Oh God, just kicked the printer. She's angry. But that's the point of this, is like, we got to get good with those two things. I can promise you this. This is what I can promise you. If you did those two things for the next year, there is no way, I'm looking at every one of you, and this is a bold statement, it's being recorded. There is no way you couldn't easily all be making 10 grand a month. And it's not about the dollar sign. It's what the 10 grand a month represents. Donating to good causes, allowing yourself to fix vehicles, traveling more, paying down debt, quitting your job, playing with the grandbabies you're around, whatever that looks like. Buying your hubby a new coach wagon so he can do his barbecue. I got you, Ellen, don't worry. But I'm just saying, like, the thing is like, this can be what can happen, but you have to structurally do this stuff like it's a job. When I text Dawn, you know what Dawn tells me sometimes? Hey, I'm at work, can't talk right now. Structured rule, done, or she gets fired. Respect it. But for us with coaching, hey, how are our clients do with celebration calls? Oh, well, you know, they're not going to get on. I know Bev had a breakthrough. I'm going to pick on Bev again. Bev had a struggle for a long time getting people on. Then she had a struggle booking them, and they would cancel. Don and Roy thought they were the only ones. Everybody has that struggle. Let's just be real. But guess what? 99, well, I'm not going to lie. 92% Bev, I think, pretty much get on the calls now. Funny how that works. The call didn't change. I guarantee the people haven't changed. Right? I mean, I'm just saying this out of love, guys. It's us. It starts with us. It starts with us for our teams. It starts with us for our clients. It starts with us for our program. It starts with us for our business. But then they close the door. I don't know if you heard that, but Harper's having a mood right now. So anyways, you guys got 20 minutes of getting yelled at. See, I saved that, Don, not for a phone call later. I just yell at you on here publicly. Just kidding. But no, guys, I'm just trying to tell you guys, you know, and if anybody has questions, this is the time to open it up. That's really all I had, was those two things: calls, celebrations, and coaching calls. And please start to verbalize successes in the business just as much as the weight loss. Go ahead, Brittany. I don't know how to
Sorry,
take that.
I couldn't mute. I have a question about the breakthrough with getting clients on celebration calls, because I'm experiencing that right now. And I thought that if I set it up from the very beginning and like kind of structured it from the beginning for them and like set the expectation and stayed with it, that was what I'm supposed to do, and that would work, so to speak. And I have one client in specific, like it's happened a few times, but one that I'm dealing with like tonight, and they literally like reschedule all the time.
Well, some people, I would say this: don't try to wake the dead. If they've been around long enough for that, then yeah, I'm not going to say every single client's going to get on, but Bev's ratio of nobody giving on to like 92%, we're doing good. Like, that's a big difference. And there's something in a shift. It's posturing. I'd have to almost be on with you, like, to hear you talk to them verbally if they don't get on, or even through a text message. Like, I mean, I don't, as you know me, in a nice way, I don't care if I hurt people's feelings. I told the girl today, I said, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time. Like, you're trying to compare this HGC program or whatever the heck that thing's called with B12 shots to mine. I'm not going to get into a tit for tat. I'm not going to compare ours. I know that's why I'm here, but I'm going to tell you what ours is about. Is this what you want? And if it would have hurt her feelings, right? And I use a little couple scenarios, like if I go to your job and tell you this is how it is, and you tell your boss to take a hike, you're gonna get fired. It's kind of the same thing with the program, right? So there has to be a little bit more confidence too. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with them, but at the same time, don't wait the dead. If you have somebody who's been a client for 2, 3, 4, 5 months and they're just not getting on, that's just that person. That's not you. But you got to figure it out. And maybe Bev, I don't know if you have any scenarios you want to share or something. And if you don't, no big deal. But she literally went from nobody can get on. Nobody wants to get on. Nobody ever wants to get on, ever, to now I'm booking calls with you. Hey, sorry they canceled. Sorry they canceled. Sorry they canceled. To now it's like, hey, I got 2 with you tomorrow. 92% of the time they get on, both of them. So it's a posturing of some sort. There's something, maybe you can have Diana get on with you and kind of read through your messages if you'd like me to get on with you. I'll tell you this too, something you guys can do, put your mentor coach in with your client, a brand new client. If you're struggling with it, that's a good tip too. Put them in, say, hey, this is me and your support team. We used to do that back in the day. Hey, this is me and my support team. I can't wait for you to be on their celebration call with money. Let the mentor coach take over. Hey, Susie Joe, really excited to get on with you. And if they say, well, they're very private, they don't want to, what? Okay, that's okay. This is private. This is a private call, and let them take it on. Don't even hesitate. You know what I mean? Is that
Yeah,
even helpful?
Yeah, no, it was. I think one of the things I heard you say is like confidence too, like just being more confident about like getting on it instead of like, because they'll be like, oh, well, I don't know if I should be celebrated. And it's like, well, then we'll call it a tips and tricks, like whatever you want to call it. Like, let's just connect and see where you're at.
Right.
And then they just keep,
Well, I think the backpedaling on your end, and like I said,
Mhm.
it can get uncomfortable. Like when she started wanting me to compare apples to oranges, I was like, I'm not going to get into that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
And
I
there's
appreciate that. Yeah.
so, I mean, and the same thing with her, it says, well, first off, have you been reading the book? That's what I'd ask them. Because if they're worried about I shouldn't be celebrated, they're all up in their head. Has nothing to do with the spaceship food, right? I
Right.
mean, honestly, when people start telling me mindset stuff like, oh, I shouldn't be celebrated, and then we're over here, all right, here we go, trying to get them, hey, tips and tricks call, or like, we'll call it flying to the moon, whatever you want to call it, right? This isn't their program. Sorry about your luck. I literally told the lady today, I said, hey, how long have you been doing you? Because she started asking me, well, what if I'm not a morning person? I said, that's okay. How's that been serving you? She just started laughing. I'm not going to back down. Oh, well, we could kind of put a powder in the coffee and, deck it out so you don't have to eat the other foods, right? No. Hey, you know what? Some people aren't morning people, but we'll just slowly, if you try these foods out, like I tell my daughter, I literally told her this, if you at least try the food, then I'm not going to argue with you. But if you haven't even tried it yet, we're going to get you all the foods anyways. If you don't really like them, on your next order, we can edit it. But honestly, it's not really about the food because we're not dieting. We're going to work on the life book. You know what I mean? And you got to check people sometimes, and it may not be comfortable, and you're not trying to be a smart aleck or an ass. But honestly, you could be really powder coated and really nice. They could take it a weird way, and you could be a jerk-ish to them, and they're going to still take it the same way. They're in their own little world. You know what I mean? So that's where I would say is, I'm not trying to say like everybody's personality is going to be like Justin's, but I'm just saying, but she's trying to break in. But the thing is we have to have that confidence, however that is, Brittany, however you can figure that out. Just say, hey, listen, I honestly want to celebrate you because you've earned it. And the second thing I'm going to tell you is, remember how we talked about mindset? Probably need to get into the book. How are you doing with the book? Because it's going to make them think, well, I haven't really been doing the book. Okay, can we start getting into that? Yeah, okay, awesome. In the meantime, let's get on this call. When's a good time? And to Bev's point, they may cancel on you for the first few, but you got to get in that rhythm of just being there, and then it'll happen. It's just like when you start talking to clients and nobody's really coming. Jennifer's in that phase right now, right? She's working on it. She's talking to a lot of people. She's got a few clients going, but not everybody as much as she's talking to them, but it's going to start to roll out. It's the same thing with the client celebration calls. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Anybody else? Janie, what are we having for dinner? You better say salad. I've seen that mouth move. Just kidding. She's rocking program though, guys. She's doing an amazing job. Have you guys ever had Canadian dry? What is this, ginger ale? I've never had it before.
Was I on mute or you heard me?
I saw your lips. You said salad?
Steak and salad.
Yeah, I saw the salad word. That was about it.
Yeah.
So cool.
That would be Canada dry, Justin.
Is that what it says? What did I say?
Canadian dry.
Oh, that's because I was looking at Beverly. Sorry, eh? No, it's all
Hey,
good.
I just,
We-
if I could say something real quick, you just taught me something tonight with that, Justin. So I might as well share it with everybody so they can learn from it too. So the one thing that Justin reached out to me about today that, you know, I'm not a social media guru here, so sometimes I learn. So we have a family member who sells makeup. And she tags me in all of her live videos and stuff so that I could go watch it. So I didn't realize how much that affects my whole page, algorithm, whatever you want to call it. So I just learned that I can go in and untag myself in all of these. So that's what Justin was recommending, is that I untag myself from some of that, because it starts confusing people of, you know, what I'm about or what I do, and it keeps my stuff back from coming up. So thanks for the tip. Actually, I just went in and untagged myself from a whole bunch of those videos. So I will, I'll just keep doing that. So.
No, it's all good. I mean, I'm kind of Facebook stalking you guys because I want people to be verbalizing what coaching has done for them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's the importance of this, because when you're talking to people at a, you know, my struggle with Facebook is, yes, we had a pandemic, we had masks on, all that weird stuff, right? So social media was a big diving into platform for us because we couldn't socialize. 85% of it's over now, right? We can actually get outside, we can actually hug people, we can actually talk. So social media now to me, and I get to you in a sec, Bev, I see you. Social media to now me is like, I meet people in person, I bring them into my TV show. Not I go meet a bunch of people. It is good to do, but if you continue to go down that road, it's gonna struggle you. It really is. Yes, message 10 people a day, but don't just sit there like a fisherman with 10 poles in the water and just hope for the best, right? And stay at the same fishing pond, expecting them to do it, and it hasn't been filled in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and it was a good reminder too that, you know, I mean, I put out there that I was able to go to South Dakota to see my son. You know, I haven't seen him in 7 months, and yeah, I put it out there that, you know, happy mama out in South Dakota seeing him and stuff, but I didn't once say anything about what gave me the opportunity to do that. So thanks for the reminder on that too, that I should have put something in there, like, you know, I don't know, something to do with what has given me this opportunity to travel. I wouldn't have been able to do that before.
yeah, I mean, it's, you know, thanks to this amazing program and business opportunity, not only am I comfortable in my seat, right?
Yeah.
Cover on the healthy part. I'm comfortable in my seat, but I'm able to afford a ticket. I remember back in the day when I used to have to throw it on credit cards.
Right.
Right. You're resonating with people of what's going on. I mean, real truth.
When we
Yeah.
shared it at Cabo last year, we remembered a year where we had to borrow money from a child.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We did when we were heading to the river. It's like,
I mean,
oh God,
honestly,
that
so
morning.
these are posts and days and times. Like, I would already have that set up. Like, everybody has their
Right.
coach anniversary or however you want to word it. I would have that set up for, it's been, oh my God, it's been 2 years when we used to have to borrow money from our daughter. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it feels like a big shaming thing, but guess what? Just like you coaches going through your business and you think you're the only one that's struggling to get people on calls, or you're the only one that has these monkey mind moments, everybody else is struggling to pay their bills too, just like you were. That's the thing you gotta understand, is like, we were all there. We're all,
The other part that and I'm sorry, Bev, I know you're being polite with your hand up and I keep blurting things out. The other thing that I like to say about that though, is what that money represents, not only the income coming in, but what does that represent? That represents how many people we're helping to become healthier too. It's not just about the money. It really truly is about our purpose of being health coaches, is to help people too. And the side effect of that is our own health, but also our financial health too. So,
yeah.
all right, Bev, I'll be quiet now.
Go ahead, Canada.
So Justin forgot to tell you guys that the people that got on the calls with Justin, the celebration calls that I had, I guess maybe probably 75 to 80% of them became coaches.
You're not supposed to tell them that. It doesn't work. I'm just making stuff up. Come on. Now.
Anyway,
You mean that
so
works?
yeah, so that's why we do celebration calls, but I don't give them a chance. I don't give them a choice. I say, hey, we need to schedule your celebration call. What's a good time for you? And I'm like that. We need to schedule this. When's a good time? And if they have to reschedule it right away. And they don't always get on, but but ironically, it was weird how all the people that I've gotten on calls have actually started coaching.
Yeah, I mean, that's new to me.
That's one of them right there. So yeah.
I want you guys and to Dawn's point, yes, you are helping a lot of lives and the money does represent it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Dawn and Roy wouldn't be as healthy as long as they have been if they didn't have a little bit more financial stability. Their relationship wouldn't be as strong as it is because of the financial stability. Let's just be flipping real for a second. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is like, yes, you're helping a lot of lives. Yes, you're helping people get healthy. But if you don't have an umbrella, 99% of people, by the way, I'm having an event here at my house on March 12th. I moved it. I don't know if you guys saw that. Ellen, sorry, I'll fly out and hang out with you in a couple weeks. But the thing is you guys have to really get passionate about what this can do for people with finances. This girl I talked to today, she's going to rock program. We're going to see, right? But the thing is if she wants to move to Texas, if she wants to quit her job, her health's going to go right back to the wayside if she doesn't integrate herself in as a coach. I've seen it. I've watched it. I've seen coaches come and go and try to do it themselves and come back. I've seen people do it. I just met up with a buddy the other day. It's kind of sad. It's not a judgment. This is a fact. This is a reality. Known him since I started this longer. And guess what? When they say same shit, different day, it's a different job, same complaints or same shit. Excuse my language. 9 years later, Jim Rome talks about in 10 years, you're going to arrive. How do you want to arrive? You're going to arrive somewhere in 10 years in your life. But is it going to literally be 9 years ago? Fast forward today. That's a scary thought. And I would have never seen it. If Jamil hadn't offered this to me, I'd be on a roof job, construction, beer after work. The coolest thing was getting a discount on my Die Hard boots because I was excited about new boots for a week. I mean, that's the stuff I look forward to. Kind of scary, to be honest with you.
But Justin, that's just part of the program too. If you look at it, I mean, what are we at? Element 3? You're visualizing what you want. How are you going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the program actually teaches you through that part of it on the coaching side as well. It's not, that's why we're not a weight loss program.
Yeah. But we
Because
have
we're
to
learning
we have to
every part of
verbal-
it. We are learning on that side as a vehicle to learn so much more in our life that has taken us somewhere else.
Yeah. But we have
So
to,
that's why
we have
when
to
people say,
express-
do you dive into the books? Yeah, you do. Because this is what it's teaching you. It's teaching you both sides. Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances, right?
Yeah.
But it's all part of it. It's all integrated together. And that's why I think that it took me a while to figure that out, but it's true.
Yeah. And the biggest thing too is sometimes people aren't going to be reading books if they have to take care of children. Sometimes people aren't going to be reading books if they can't pay their bills. Sometimes people aren't going to be doing the program very long if they can't afford to do it. So sometimes you got to jump in there early and be like, hey girl, you just told me you think you got a little over a month to do this. We got to get you some clients. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been doing this 9 years. The only reason one person takes 2 months to get somewhere versus 2 years is there's inconsistencies in certain areas, or we're very strong focused on one area. I literally cut them all off today on the Fitbit call. And I said, I wouldn't be celebrating you brought on a bunch of clients. That's easy. You want to transform somebody's life, bring them on as a coach and teach them how to fish. It's important. So, I mean, we could go around and around. I appreciate you guys' information. I just wanted to share that with you guys. If we could figure this out, and it's almost like me getting on a check-in call with my clients. Are you reading the book? Are you reading the book? Are you reading the book? Well, that's what you're going to get for 2022. Are we doing calls? Are we doing calls? Are we doing calls? Are we posting our success lives, not our weight loss stories? please, yes, do those too. But it needs to be a match. It needs to be a match. Also, February 28th, I think it's the end of the month somewhere in the world, but we need to do our maps and book our calls for our coaches or our mentor coaches. And one thing I'll tell you, me and Jamil talked about at his house the other day, you know right away, I'm giving you a little hint here, a heads up, so you don't get yelled at, to Don's point, just kidding. But if I get on a map call with you and I see 85,000 people ready for potential for clients, and I see 4 people ready for coaching, we're not doing the call. I'm kidding, we can do the call. But I'm just saying, you'll know where your focus is at. If you have 100 people on your possible clients list, and I can name all 4 on your coaching list, that's scary. They need to both be full. There's so many people out there that need us right now in every area. And your health is only going to stay as long as your finances. Put your scares list down, put them down at the top so you can talk to them last. But get your girlfriends out there, talk to people. I have a coach who's been coaching 4 years. I literally just had a come to Jesus talk with her, and she's accountable to me now. And she's literally connecting with at least 2 people a day, talking about finances, what's coaching's done for her, what they want to do as a business, not even a client. That's where we got to get to. And it isn't about us making more money. It's about impacting more people. That's the biggest thing. Do we get a picture? How's my makeup look, by the way? Oh, I just want us to have fun, man. Like for reals, right? Jamil says that. I steal it all the time. For real. Smile. At least I warned you guys. Usually it's somebody's blurry. But anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for getting on. Let's make sure that we're making those lists. And please, within the next 2 days or so, let's get on with our mentors. If my calendar's booked and you happen to have a time you can try to get on, let's do that. For those of you guys that aren't senior coach and above, Jennifer, don't worry about the map right now. We'll just work off your lists. But Janie, you too. But you guys, let's get this month rocking. This is a huge month for us. I'm excited for Jennifer because I know she's going to go global. Janie, we're gonna do a bomb post for her and celebrate her. She's crushing program on the nursing moms. I'm excited for her. She's gonna be doing a big launch. So let's go out and like create this energy, guys. We totally can. We totally can. Have a good evening. I'll post the playback in a little bit.